seen hydroxylation of alkenes. This is again addition reaction where KMnO4 is added first on the carbon-carbon double bond to get cyclic ester, and which is on hydrolysis we get 1,2-diol, or it is also called 1,2-glycol. Syn means the addition of both hydroxyl groups taking place from one side of the double bond, either from upper side or from lower side. Okay, but my request is before you watch this video, you watch my previous videos to understand particularly its stereochemistry completely. Okay, let us start with the mechanism of this reaction. This is nothing but the potassium permanganate, where one pi bond, this pi bond is moving in between oxygen and carbon. Simultaneously, this pi bond of the double bond is moving in between oxygen and carbon, and these two electrons, pi electrons, going on the manganese, means in the orbital of manganese. So it is shown as a lone pair here. Okay, now this compound is called as a ester. Since it is cyclic, so this is cyclic ester of this compound. Now see, after that hydrolysis takes place. Hydrolysis means breaking with the help of water. In fact, this H2O is used. So out of H2O, H joining here to get hydroxyl group, and oxygen is actually going with this remaining portion of this MnO2. That means this upper portion. So we are not interested in side product. So see here, this cis diol is formed. Cis means both similar groups are from the same side. Now, before we go, we discuss the stereochemistry of this reaction. You just see that both hydroxyl groups are coming from the same side. You can join either from lower side or from upper side. That is important. Now coming to the stereochemistry of this reaction, first of all we'll take cis isomer or cis alkene. I have taken here one alkene. Actually this is malic acid. See here, double bond. We are interested in double bond, and when this compound is treated with potassium permanganate, you have to perform this kind of reaction. We are not considering the mechanism of this reaction here, because we know mechanism very well. So what happens when this compound is treated with potassium permanganate? Two hydroxyl groups are actually joining on this double bonded carbon. So this is a planar molecule because of sp2 hybridized carbon. You can see here, this is trigonal planar geometry. So this molecule is like this, and both hydroxyl group are going to join from upper side. So I'm just doing that. I'm joining one hydroxyl group here and one hydroxyl group here. Remove that double bond. Now when we do that, this carbon is converted to the tetrahedral carbon. So we have to convert it into tetrahedral arrangement. And tetrahedral arrangement in Sawhorse projection formula we show like this. So we show these three projecting bonds which are actually projecting from this carbon. So these two are actually, you can see here, these two bonds are on the same plane, but when that hydroxyl group is added, these are moving down. So because of this, they are not going to change their position, simply you have to move them down. So this H and this H, this is Sawhorse projection formula. Similarly, I'll join OH here at this carbon and doing the same thing, this hydrogen and this COOH group moving down. Now this is actually a representation of this product after addition of KMnO4 and hydrolysis. In Sawhorse projection formula, you can see all bonds are coinciding, that is dihedral angle is 0. So you can see, so this is an eclipse conformation. So this eclipse conformation we can convert into the Fischer projection formula to decide its chemistry. But as I mentioned earlier, when we convert it into Fischer projection formula, we need two things. One is eclipse conformation, and another is this COOH. I mean, all carbon must lie on this vertical line. on this vertical line. That means all carbon, this compound having 4 carbons, 1, 2, 3 and 4, we have to bring all these 4 carbons on the vertical line. And you know very well that these terminal bonds are actually below the plane, these terminal bonds, and middle portion of this vertical line is on the plane. So to bring this COOH on this vertical line, we have to bring this COOH down, because we have to bring this COOH here, and this is down the plane. This is down the plane. So both COOH group must lie on vertical line. That means they are actually projecting below the plane. And in this source projection formula, if I want to bring this COOH down below the plane, I have to rotate this carbon in this direction. So I can bring this COOH here and this COOH here. In fact, this carbon-carbon rotation is continuously going on in this molecule. Free rotation is there. Now, when I do that, when I rotate this carbon here in this direction to bring COOH down, we get this conformation. COOH is down, this COOH is down. And if I rotate this carbon in this direction, OH will go that side and H will come here. Similarly, at this carbon, this OH will go here and H will come here. Now you can see both conditions are satisfied. This is eclipse conformation because dihedral angle is 0, all bonds are coinciding, and all carbons we can bring on the vertical line. So this is very simple to convert it into Fischer projection formula. Since there are 2 chiral carbons, I have drawn one vertical line and 2 horizontal line. The point of intersection of these 2 lines is actually a chiral carbon. So this is a chiral carbon, this is chiral carbon. You can see 4 different groups are attached. Now see, this is lying below the plane. So I must join this at the terminal because this bond is lying below the plane. And similarly, COH you can join here. And these remaining 2 atoms or group which we have to draw on the horizontal line, because horizontal bonds are actually projecting above the plane here in this projection formula, this and this, and easily we can convert it. So when cis isomer is taken, and if you want to perform hydroxylation by using potassium permanganate, we get meso isomer, we get mesotartaric acid. So this is mesotartaric acid or meso isomer, you can say. Meso is optically inactive because there is a plane of symmetry. One half is exactly mirror image of another half. So the rotation by one half by this carbon is cancelled by the next carbon, by another carbon. So the net result is 0 rotation. So this compound is optically inactive, although there are 2 chiral carbon. So this is a cis isomer. Now consider trans isomer and the similar kind of reaction. So trans means similar groups are toward opposite side of double bond. This is trans isomer. It is also called fumaric acid. So when KMnO4 is added here, we get dihydroxy compound. We get dihydroxy compound. As I mentioned earlier, both hydroxyl group are coming from the same side. Because of this, it is called syn hydroxylation. Same side means either from upper side or from lower side, because this molecule is a planar molecule because of sp2 hybridized carbon. So in this reaction, we'll consider 2 possibilities. See here, when we attach both hydroxyl group from upper side, obviously these 2 groups are moving down, and we have to represent this molecule in Sohor's projection formula. So OH is here. This group are actually not changing their original positions, but they are slightly going down. So COH group here, you can see here, H is here, and you can similarly show the attachment of the bonding of carbon and hydroxyl group at this carbon, and doing the same thing. These 2 groups are moving down, H and OH. Now, again, if you want to convert this into Fischer projection formula to decide the stereochemistry of the product, we have to bring COH group down, and both COH group we need down because we have to bring them on the vertical line. So I rotate this carbon in this direction to bring this COH here, and I have to rotate this carbon in this direction. So I can bring COH group here. So if I do that, you can see here COH group already is mentioned here, and remaining group, if I am rotating this carbon in this direction, OH will move here and H will go there. Similarly, if I rotate this carbon in this direction, OH will go this side and H will go here, this side. So we have to imagine this kind of arrangement, and once it is done, you can easily convert it into Fischer projection formula. There are two chiral carbon, so draw one vertical line and two horizontal lines for these two chiral carbons. OH here means this side, H this side, H this side and OH this side. You can see here there is no plane of symmetry, so this is not meso-tartaric acid. This is tartaric acid, but either plus or minus. This is enantiomer actually. Now we'll consider hydroxylation, suppose taking place from the lower side of this double bond. That means OH group is, now we are going to join from lower side. If I join OH group from lower side, these two groups will move up in the Sawhorst projection formula. Similarly here, so you can see here I have drawn exactly opposite situation here, opposite stereochemistry here. You can see OH I have joined from lower side, and these two groups are actually moving slightly up. So H, but they are not going to change their positions. H and COH, OH here, OH here, COH, COH, H and H. So once it is done, I am doing the same thing. You can see here, I want to bring this COH down to convert it into Fischer projection formula. So I rotate this carbon here in this direction. So if I do that, COH will come here and H will go this side, OH will go this side. Similarly, I have to rotate this carbon in this direction. So I can bring this COH down, and if I do that, H will go that side and OH will come this side. Actually, I forgot to mention here how to write its Fischer projection formula. So I am going to draw one vertical line and two horizontal lines. So COH lying behind the plane, so obviously will come here at the terminal carbons. This COH will come here, and remaining group you can join accordingly. H you can see here, OH here, then OH here and H here. You can see here, if I draw this structure here, this is nothing but the exactly mirror image, which is non-superimposable mirror image is formed here. So there are 50% chance to get either positive 50% and negative 50%. So enantiomers are formed. You have to remember only one thing. If you consider hydroxylation of trans alkene, we get always enantiomers, and if you consider cis alkene for the hydroxylation, we get meso compound. This is the summary of this reaction. Thank you.